Well, it was a strange case of violence involving a couple of dogs. A Vancouver family's pit bull is dead after being stabbed by an elderly man. Now, according to reports, the larger pit bull bit down on the man's dog, and unable to separate them, he pulled out a pocket knife and stabbed the pit bull repeatedly, killing it. The BC SPCA is trying to determine now how many times the dog was stabbed and says it will be interviewing, among others, the man. Well, joining us now in our studio is the slain pit bull's owner, Samantha Fairbridge. I know it's a difficult day for you, and I appreciate you coming in. And you also know in this story, a lot of people across the country just hear the word pit bull, and they assume that Pandora, your dog, was the villain. What do you say to them?
Yeah, I mean, anybody who ever met my dog loved her. She was the most friendly. She never showed aggression towards any human, and I know I can say for a fact that she would never do so. She helped raise my niece from the ages of 1 to 2. They played together all the time. She was the most loving, caring dog that you would ever meet. She wasn't a monster. She was maybe 40 pounds, and she greeted everybody. Everybody thought she was a puppy when they met her. She's not a bad dog.
So you weren't in the park yesterday. Someone else was walking the dog, but you've heard the story, I'm sure, as I have, that, and I don't know if you've heard the same version, but that Pandora, the pit bull, clamped down on the other dog, and that's what prompted that dog's owner to stab Pandora.
It was my roommate who was walking her, and she had her on leash at Kits Beach, and they were walking up the path when they were approached by the man's pug. The pug came up barking at her and came up in her face and was showing aggression, and my dog responded to that aggression by biting the pug on the ear. And so my dog had the pug by the ear, and then that's when the man came up. He stabbed my dog immediately before trying to break them up, stabbed her multiple times, said, he swore, he said, "You effing bitch, you deserve to die." Once he had stabbed her a couple times, she fell to the ground. My friend, my roommate, was still holding my dog. He continued to stab her multiple times and said, "You deserve to die," before he fled the scene and had to be chased down by the police.
So we've tried to reach the other owner to get his version of the story. As far as I understand it, he's not available. The SPCA will be interviewing him, though. How do you hope this situation is resolved? What kind of end result would you like to see?
I just want people to know what actually happened, that we weren't in the wrong. My roommate wasn't in the wrong. She had my dog on leash, on a leash area. His dogs were off leash. It could have easily been prevented. My dog was a wonderful dog. She was my best friend. And this didn't need to happen, and people automatically assume that I am evil, that pit bulls are evil, that my dog is evil, when we did nothing wrong, and this is horrible and violent and didn't need to happen.
Well, as I said at the outset, clearly this is a difficult day for you, and I thank you for coming in and explaining your perspective on this. Samantha Fairbridge, thanks.
Thank you.